As the effects of the pandemic on the economy continue to be felt and furlough starts being phased out next month, for many this could mean looking for a new job or even considering a career change. Now, in a report published yesterday, the Institute for Physical Studies has suggested older employees are more likely to struggle to find work. The reporter Liz Flower has been looking into this. Good morning to you, my lovely.
Morning.
So, what have you found out then?
Well, the Institute for Fiscal Studies...
That's what I meant to say, not physical.
Yeah, that's a whole other...
Did you hear me laughing in the other room?
You know when you say it, you go, you know what, I've said that wrong, but I'll tell you what I'll do.
Yeah, that's a whole other ball game.
I'll style it out and no one will know. So apart from you, I'll go, ah, 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 in the background. Cheers, love. Anyway, back to you.
Anyway, they've discovered... They let this report out yesterday. They've discovered that there's going to be likely to be significant challenges for many people in their 50s and 60s finding new jobs after the end of the furlough scheme. Older workers are more likely to be furloughed than middle-aged workers. I didn't know that. And they're saying that there's a couple of reasons why older workers may find it more challenging, and it's because they tend to be in jobs for longer. So, and that things like they haven't sort of done a CV for a long time, stuff like that.
Okay, so if you're of a certain age and looking for a job, what can people do?
Well, I thought this was really interesting. It's been suggested that you kind of need to remove your age off your CV. So remove kind of any reference, anything that kind of shows your age. Now, this is a prime example. A lady called Karen Beecham, she's 58, lives in Buckinghamshire. She spoke to the BBC yesterday, and she used to work for M&S as a buyer, and she said she's really struggled to find a job, and she was advised, like I said, to take her age off her CV.
That's what in this community some people had said to actually do, maybe to remove some of your age details, don't have as many jobs that you'd actually worked in, so it's less easy for, employees to see how old you are. And actually in the last couple of weeks I've had a little bit more response. So as much as I didn't want to think that was part of the problem, I actually think it possibly could be.
Now, there is one career path where your life experience is being welcomed, I gather.
Yes, teaching. Is it something that you've thought of?
Can you imagine me as a teacher?
I know,
Wow.
I did read this and think, oh, blimey. But to be fair, other people's children are fine. It's just my own that I find really irritating. Now, there's a charity called Now Teach, and they are helping people who've had like significant careers retrain as teachers. Now, Eleanor Smith, she's going to join us now. She's from Berkhamsted, had a brilliant job in the energy sector, but is now retrained to teach biology.
Good morning to you, Eleanor. How are you?
Good morning, I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine and dandy. So what made you think, yeah, I want to be a teacher then?
Oh, gosh. Lots of things. I think the global pandemic obviously helped. I think it made me reevaluate my career. And I wanted a new challenge. And I wanted to do something that felt worthwhile. So teaching was up there. I had my mum's a teacher.
Okay.
So I knew what it was.
You knew what you were signing up for.
Yeah, and also I ended up stuck at home in lockdown 1 with my own kids, homeschooling, or facilitating learning after going through teacher training. I won't say it was actually teaching them. And I think I was the only parent I know who actually enjoyed it. So,
was it easy to retrain, though?
No, it's been completely full on. I've going back to university, lectures. It's been a long time since I've written an essay, and then all the planning and marking and everything you have to do at teaching. But I've absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it.
But yeah. I suppose at the end of the day, the kids probably welcome your life experience, don't they?
Yes, I think I bring something else. I know I'm going to be a biology teacher, and I'm quite passionate about getting kids involved with science and technology careers, and I've got a really good overview of what that looks like, and I guess I bring something else to the classroom as well, some other experiences.
I mean, what advice would you give to someone sort of sitting here listening to this and thinking, oh, actually, I could do that? What advice would you give to them?
That advice. If you're up for a challenge, I'd say go for it. There's so much information out there, so you can really figure out what kind of training you want to do and whether you want to be a teacher. Now Teach has been fantastic. There's a government website Get Into Teaching too. Just go for it. Yeah.
I'm stupid question time, right? So when you're studying to be, so forgive me. When you're studying to be a teacher, do you know what age limit you're going to be teaching? So they say, right, you're going to be teaching secondary school or junior school.
Yeah, so when you go into your training, you decide where you want to go. So I've decided to go into secondary. My training has been 11 to 16, so I'm teaching people, the students up to GCSE. But I've got a biology degree, so I will hopefully eventually start teaching biology A-level as well.
And presumably then you pick the subject that you're going to be teaching, so you're training specifically to become a biology teacher. Is that correct?
You do when you go into secondary. I think it's more generalised for primary, but yes, I did my first degree in biology, so it's a good fit.
And as a teacher, what type of teacher are you? Are you a nice teacher, or are you one of the teachers that taught me that could throw a piece of chalk from 250 yards and hit me between the eyes?
I don't think you're allowed to throw chalk anymore.
Well, that's what's gone wrong with today's youth. You know what I mean? There be no harm.
You know, I'm still trying to figure it out. It's been a year, and it's been an interesting year with lockdowns and working remotely and trying to teach on Google Classroom and the rest of it. So I think I'm trying to be a nice teacher, I think.
How does it compare to your old job? I mean, it must be vastly different.
Oh, hugely different. I used to work in an office and have meetings and do workshops for adults who would sort of sit there and at least pretend to be listening. With children, it's a whole different ballgame. And you've got 30 of them that you're responsible for, and you're responsible for their progress and them learning. And yes, it's a huge responsibility.
And they're scheming, aren't they, kids? I remember when I was a kid with our science teacher, we used to just keep him talking for the whole lesson about anything but doing science. That was the plan, just keep him talking. Mister, what do we do about this? And then you just waffle on for an hour.
You see, I used to like science. It's all the Bunsen burners, I liked that. But that's not biology, is it?
It's not biology, but I teach general science for the younger ones. And having a class of year 7 getting their Bunsen burner licence for the first time was terrifying.
Oh,
licence!
Licence!
Yeah, we gave them a Bunsen burner licence. Luckily, no one hurt themselves. So trying to manage the practical is a new skill that I've had to learn.
Biology is when you chop up a frog, isn't it? Is that biology?
That is biology.
Yes. Yeah, yes. I threw up over Julie Butler on that. I remember that. I didn't like it at all.
Did you? With some A-level students in my first placement, we did dissect a rat, which was interesting.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh.
You get to do all the fun stuff as a teacher.
Oh, you really do. Well, listen, it's been lovely to talk to you, and good luck with it all, and congratulations.
Thank you.